Hey Cameron, this is my final learning portfolio for the Global Leadership Study Abroad. So, regards to your first question, my view of leadership has slightly changed since the beginning of class. Prior to coming on the trip, I would define a really great leader to be essentially a servant leader and follow the practices of servant leadership. It's always been super important to me to put the needs and the goals of others first before my own. Just because it's been super rewarding to just serve others around me before myself. After this trip, though, I realized that if I'm not happy or if I'm not serving myself, then it's less effective to help those and be a resource to those around me. I've realized that taking the time to kind of indulge in meaningful self-awareness and to make sure that I'm okay and I'm okay with decisions being made before helping others or interacting with them makes group work and basically this entire study abroad trip way more enjoyable, just because not only am I providing for those around me, I'm also providing for myself, and I think that's super key in order to be an effective leader. So aside from learning to be more genuine and emotionally self-aware prior to serving others, a big takeaway for me on this trip was experiencing firsthand how necessary it is to be able to adapt your leadership styles to the situation and to the people around you. So for example, week 1, I would say I took a very democratic approach into leading those around me, and to be quite honest, it was incredibly exhausting, and I don't think it was effective as it could have been, just because everyone had so many different thoughts and ideas and opinions on who wanted to do what when, that not everyone, I don't think, was happy whenever there would be like a kind of cohesive group event, because not everyone's ideas or opinions were heard. So weeks 2 and 3, I decided to take a more executive, if not also authoritarian, approach to leading those around me, and I decided to take charge of actually planning out these events. So organizing the dates, the times, who was going to go where, with whom, and I think that kind of helped solidify just structure to the group. So the trip to Drottningholm Palace was figured out, the multiple shopping trips down to Gamla stan were organized, and even the bike ride around Stockholm had a date now, so people could say, oh yeah, I did want to do this, and we can do that then. And in the end, by the end of the trip, I think weeks 3 and 4, I was able to then lead with a more laissez-faire style, and I think that helped in the end because everyone kind of by that point had figured out their own little niche within the group. So, for example, Caitlin became Compass Caitlin because she was by far the best with maps and was able to get us from point A to point B effectively and in a timely manner. So after I would plan out an event, we would always just hand her the map, knowing that she would be the one to lead us in the right direction. Stephanie kind of became the includer of our little friend group, so after I'd planned an event, I would let her know about it, and she would go around, knock on everyone's door, inform them of the event, when we were going, where we were meeting, and just invited them along. And I think that worked out really well in our small little friend group because we each had our own specialty that contributed equally to the group. So by the end of the trip, I think everyone slowly became more okay and more happy with sharing their ideas and going on these different excursions. So I guess the kind of moral to this experience was that if I really didn't adapt my leadership styles to the different situations and to the people that were around me, I don't think I could have served my peers in a more effective manner. Finally, my future plans for further developing my leadership skills have kind of already hit the ground running. The day after we landed, I started helping Clint at the resource fair to promote the Leadership Studies program for freshmen during their orientation. Also this summer, I'll be volunteering at Mercy Hospital and applying to medical school, so all that discipline and empathy that are in my top 5 strengths are definitely going to be utilized this summer. In the fall, I'll be a Biology 211 SI leader, as well as a returning peer mentor for the genetics learning community. So overall, I really don't see myself slowing down in the development of my leadership skills anytime soon. Thanks for such a memorable trip abroad, Cameron. Hope to see you soon.